Hi guys, so for today's reading we are going to be taking a look in the mirror and looking at our shadow sides. So if you guys enjoy this reading, I would absolutely love it if you could give it a like, share, comment, subscribe. It helps this channel to grow and it helps to spread these messages to others who could use them as well. It's a great way to give back energetically for this energetic healing session I'm giving you today too. And another great way to do that is through donating to my channel. You can find my Amazon wish list, PayPal, and Cash App all in the description box below. And I really do appreciate anybody who does any of those things. And I really appreciate anybody who's been leaving timestamps as well. You guys are awesome, and that's another great way to give back, so thank you for that. And let's get started with pile one. For pile one, a look inside your shadow side. So some of you could definitely be caging your passion in some sort of way, feeling very stuck in some sort of way, maybe feeling like you can't go after what you want, or maybe feeling like somebody is stopping you from going after what you want, maybe feeling like you are in some sort of way weak, maybe even giving in to temptation in some sort of way. You could definitely have somebody around you in your life that has made you feel like you are trapped or stuck in some sort of way. Maybe you are not giving yourself the acknowledgement or recognition that you deserve for the amount of work and effort that you have put into polishing yourself and the beauty within you. You definitely are somebody who has been through a lot in your life, but you definitely have a lot more beauty than you realize within you as well. So we have Aries, Gemini, Leo, Cancer, Taurus. So, as far as shadow sides go with these signs being present, you could definitely be somebody who could be a little bit materialistic or not really paying attention to the things that are truly important in your life. You could also possibly be somebody who might be gossiping a little extra, or behaving in a two-faced manner in some sort of way, listening to what one person has to give you and giving it out to another person. You could definitely be starting confrontations in some sort of way. You could be behaving in a very selfish or stubborn way in some sort of way as well. You could really be starting a lot of drama or participating in a lot of drama, dealing with a lot of gossip, or spreading a lot of gossip, or just listening to the gossip that everybody else is spreading. You could definitely be dealing with some bitter, resentful moodiness going on as well. You could definitely have been giving to situations, nurturing others, taking care of others, to the point that you feel very bitter, resentful, hurt, betrayed by the fact that they were not giving back into you as well. Pride could definitely be an issue here too, or arrogance, or just plain, I almost said stupidity, but like that overly confident cockiness going on could definitely be a thing as well. You might be even be being very stubborn in situations where it might be safe for you to drop your guard a bit and stop being so combative. A lot of what you're doing could be emanating from your desire to protect your heart as well. So there's some heart healing that needs to take place here so that you can feel comfortable in your own skin again. And yeah. J, John, Z, K, G, Jay-Z and Beyonce is coming to mind. D, J, U, JJ, Doug, N, Jug, Q, Quincy, Y, H, L, C, Juicy J, J, M, L, U, Mull. You may be mulling over things. Y, U, Really thinking them through. You may need to mull things over and really think them through. You might be acting off of impulse instead. U-S-Z, suspect. O-E, you might be behaving in a suspect way in some sort of way. L, Q, E, D. QED is a type of report. You could definitely be dealing with a lot, have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. Luminous, Lumos Maximum. The light bulb may just now be coming on for some of the things going on here. Mole. You might even be unknowingly being a mole for somebody else, gathering that information and bringing it back to them in some sort of way. Naughty. Dose. Does. Dole. Load. Node. Done. Sun. Nose. You might be putting your nose in business where it doesn't belong. Maybe even being a bit nosy. Maybe spreading people's secrets that they've given you. Julie, Jules, Jody, Lisa, Liza, music, muse, amused. You might be getting amusement in things that normally you may not get amusement from, but right now you could definitely be going through a lot and it's causing you to feel those things in a different way. Hunch. You could have a hunch about something, but you might be ignoring it as well. Zeal. Lose. Loss. You could definitely be feeling like you lost something or you're on the losing team of something, and that could be part of the reason why you're behaving the way that you are as well. Sell. You could be facing some sort of temptation that is very strong, that's almost like selling your soul in some sort of way. We have soul here too. Delight, Turkish delight is coming to mind from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. You could have somebody really making something seem good, making you feel like you can trust them, and you might be actually betraying those that you can really trust because you are angry with them, upset with them, bitter, resentful, hurt. You might be very lost in your emotions in some sort of way. You have overcome so much. Guard your heart, but not too much. And see, that's what I was saying. A lot of this is coming from your need and desire to protect yourself, your heart, your emotions. And you may be behaving in ways that are very uncharacteristic for yourself normally. You could definitely normally be somebody who's very open-hearted, loving, sensitive, intuitive, kind, sweet, generous, caring, nurturing. And right now you might be behaving in a very opposite manner, kind of selfish, stubborn, bitter, resentful, angry, combative, confrontational, prideful, egoic a bit. Detach from the outcome. Expectations bring pain. So it's not the situation that brings you so much pain as it is your expectations of the situation. So try to pull back your expectations a little bit, detach from the outcome, allow things to just unfold naturally and at their own rate instead of trying to control the situation or nitpick it. Recovery from an illness. So part of this could be too that you might be recovering from some sort of illness or some sort of situation that was very toxic as well. Crying is good for the soul, and so is laughter. So taking some time out to just cry, to feel everything that you have gone through, not sweep it under the rug, but acknowledge it, feel it, allow it to run through your system, and that will help you to be able to release these things that are hurting so much. Okay, we have the crocodile and the turtle. So you could feel like you're being watched. You may even have worries about being watched. You may be feeling very impatient as well. You might be feeling like the people around you may be out to get you in some sort of way, possibly because of past betrayal or heartbreak that you went through. And you may be trying to push situations faster than they need to go. You might be trying to control the situation, control the timing, control the speed. Just know that slow and steady is what is going to win the race overall. So there's no need to hurry. There's no need to be impatient either. Everything plays out in the time and fashion that it's meant to. The Wheel of Fortune, the Page of Swords, and the Six of Cups. Yeah, you could definitely... Okay, some of you may actually even be watching an ex or watching your children, watching a situation unfold, watching things change, watching things grow. You could definitely also be dealing with other people watching you as well. But I feel like the majority of you, you're watching a situation, you're wanting a reconciliation, you're wanting everything to move 100 miles an hour, and it's at a slow, steady crawl at 10 miles an hour, and you're just going to have to be patient. You're going to have to be diligent. You're going to also... Another thing is make sure that you set your boundaries so you're not giving every part of you away while you're not receiving anything in return. An equal give and take is really going to be very important going forward in this situation. So make sure that you are expressing yourself and expressing your truth, especially if you find yourself making jokes that aren't really funny so much as, you know, a hit below the belt for other people around you. Make sure that you are looking at those things and seeing whether or not you're being passive aggressive, whether or not you are holding back things and that's causing you to lash out in ways that are not healthy. You also could definitely be watching a situation from the past obsessively a bit, and it's time to change that. It's time to change that. It's time to really realize that whatever happened in the past, what goes down must go up and what goes up must come down. Eventually things will level back out. Right now you may feel like you're at the bottom being stepped on, but eventually you will be back at the top again. And maintaining your peace throughout the cycles of life and the ups and downs and the hurt and hardship and pain that you have endured is really going to be very beneficial for you being able to stay in your highest light. Ace of Pentacles, you might feel like there's a door closing. Queen of Swords, like there's an opportunity lost. Like maybe you spoke your truth and walked away from a situation and now you're feeling like that door is closing, that opportunity is lost, it's done, it's over with. Or it soon will be. But that's not the case. What's meant for you will always be for you, regardless of whether or not it goes slowly. There's nothing wrong with it going slowly. You might be feeling very much in an energy of, I told you so kind of energy. You're in this energy of cut people off. You're in this energy of not allowing anybody else to speak because what you have to say is too important. Well, what everybody has to say is important, not just what you have to say. And you might be feeling like you're not being heard, you're not being listened to. That might be part of the reason why you continually keep trying to express yourself as well. You might be trying a little bit too hard to control people around you, feeling like you know best and like they don't know anything. You may also be learning how to set your boundaries, gaining a lot of wisdom from the past. Examining the past is going to allow you to be able to gain a lot of wisdom from it, but you have to be able to look in the mirror and see yourself as well as seeing everyone else in the situation. You may even be hiding away a little bit, watching from the background a little bit, and you're being told that now is the time to come out and to not be expecting so much. Allow things to play out how they're going to play out. Allow things to go slow and steady, and allow yourself to open up to your heart again. You may have been in a very cold energy for a while now, with your heart center just turned off, and I don't want to let anybody in. I don't want to give anything. I don't want to receive anything. Not doing any of it because you didn't want to be hurt again. And now is the time time to really look inside and understand why your heart is hurting so much. Allow yourself to grieve, allow yourself to cry, and then allow yourself to have some fun, to get in touch with your inner child again, to go out and play, to really enjoy a good comedy, to just let yourself be and to feel good instead of feeling so awful. And a lot of what's going to allow you to break that loose and melt that heart is being able to take some time to acknowledge that you have a reason to cry. You don't have to be tough all the time. You can cry, and that is just as strong as not crying is. Actually stronger, especially considering how much censure you have to put up with for that sometimes. So that is what I have for this pile, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. I would absolutely love to hear what you guys had to say about it in the comments below, whether or not it resonates with you, what you might be going through, what you might be dealing with, and I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys. Pile 2. What may be going on with your shadow side? Let's take a look in that mirror. So we have the broom, we have the candle. The candle in the window is coming to mind. I don't know if I've actually seen that movie. If I have, it was a really long time ago and I have no idea what it's about. But the candle in the window is coming to mind, so that might resonate with somebody. You could definitely be feeling like Cinderella in some sort of way, like you've had to clean up all the messes, you've had to take care of everything, you've had to, you may be feeling a little bit stubborn as well, motivated, driven, goal-oriented. Great job. Thanks for going above and beyond. Save and redeem. 2007, Bodeville. And we have this rock. X marks the spot. You could be having a hard time uncovering your passion. Maybe feeling like you are not protected in some sort of way as well. You could definitely be feeling like there's a lot of spiritual warfare going on around you. Maybe even having a hard time dealing with having to control things, or feeling like everything is too messed up all the time. Maybe even feeling like people aren't helping you with the cleaning, with the everyday hard work, with the tasks, and you work a lot. You may even be overworking yourself in some sort of way. Refresh your car. You could even be buying things to make you feel better about things as well. You may not be telling the people in your life how much they mean to you. You may not be recognizing them for all that they have done for you. You may not even be recognizing yourself for all that you do as well. And you may be dealing with people who are not recognizing you for all that you've done, because you're not recognizing you for all that you've done, if that's the case as well. So we have Aries, Scorpio, or no, not Scorpio, Virgo, practical, Capricorn, ambitious, yeah, ambition, Virgo, and Libra. So you could definitely be going through this people-pleasing energy. You might be really giving in to the demands of others, caving into the demands of others. You might be doing things to make everyone around you happy and then pissed off because they are not doing the same, or pissed off because they're not acknowledging you. They're just taking you for granted, treating you as a doormat. That could definitely be a portion of this. You may be overthinking things on a regular basis, drumming them into the ground. You might be being very overly critical, nitpicking situations. You could also be having a lot of indecision, and this indecision is definitely based off of doing things to make other people happy instead of doing things that you are passionate about, that you want to do. You may be being very combative as well, or confrontational. You could definitely be feeling like you're number one and nobody else is really doing anything to help out. It's a one-man band, one-man show, and really, you might not be giving credit to those around you who deserve the credit as well. You might be analyzing everything to a very serious extent, feeling like everything needs to be in order, feeling like everything needs to be structured all the time, and not just allowing yourself to let go, live and let live, let everything play out naturally. Ooh. And you may be really overworking yourself as well, or you could be dealing with some sort of addictions of some kind. Overeating, alcoholism, drug use. You could definitely be focusing more on, some of you could be focusing on self-care so much to the point that it is actually selfishness and not self-care. And it could also just be that you are really wanting recognition for the beauty that you have inside externally as well. You could definitely be really wanting that recognition. That recognition has to come from inside yourself before it can come from anywhere else. You're never going to see it or hear it from anybody outside of you until you believe it yourself and until you feel it yourself. So that could be part of it as well. You could really be stuck on some sort of situation, just overthinking it very much so. We have E, G, eggs, green eggs and ham is coming to mind. PH. You may be afraid to try new things, feeling like you won't like any of the new things, constantly saying, oh, I don't want to do that. I would just hate that. And you've never even done it before, so how would you know if you hate it? So that could be part of it as well. J, Joseph. Joseph, King of Dreams, is coming to mind, where you may have had a lot of siblings who were jealous or envious that turned against you. And you could be jealous or envious of your siblings, and you could be turning against them. H, S, shh. There could be secrets that are getting ready to be exposed. C, school. Y, psychology. F, Jung, Carl Jung. J, U, W, P, pug, punk, push. You may be being a little pushy with your viewpoints or with what you believe and trying to push other people into believing it. Sometimes when we first come into leadership, instead of realizing that everyone has to do things in their own way, we want to push everyone to do them our way. We lead and they follow. You lead by example. You don't push anybody or try to control anybody or try to force anybody into doing the same things you're doing, but that could be what you're doing as well. You may feel a little bit powerless, and this could be contributing to that. BDT, TB tests, C, G, Y. CG is reminding me of Cherry Gulch, which is where my ex works. It's a boys' school, so there could be something to do with a boys' school here too, or just a private school in some shape or form. PD, police department. Q, Z, W, C. Cow, culprit, cut, put, tup, cup. You really need to fill up your cup and fill it up in the right ways, not expecting everyone around you to do it, but you making you a priority and taking care of yourself so that you are no longer feeling like everybody around you should be taking care of you because you're taking care of them. No, you should be taking care of you. And then you can take care of people around you better anyway, because I bet you're not taking care of them as well as you think you are anyway. Gulp. Pug, tug of war. There could definitely be a tug of war going on. Shy. Yeah, you might not be expressing yourself. You may be holding back because you're overthinking things. Duty. Duty calls. It's time to step up into your power. It's time to take your power back. And the way that you do that is by filling up your cup and really taking charge of your life and stop blaming it on other people and allowing yourself to see that you're living in this victimhood mentality and consciousness that may be holding you back from amazing things in your life. Hetty, Hilda, Heidi, Greg, Jeff, Jed, beg, bet. Give your fears and your worries to a higher power. Yeah, over worrying, overthinking about things, worrying about things, constantly in fear of things, constantly in fear that things won't be worked out in a fair and balanced way, that justice won't be served. Let karma take care of things and just allow everything to fall away. Acting on what you want, no longer stuck. So it's time to really decide what it is that you want and go after it. Instead of trying to do things to make everyone else happy, it's time to make yourself happy by doing something for you for a change. Overwhelmed. You're feeling so overwhelmed because you're giving all of your power away. You're allowing yourself to overthink and talk yourself out of what you want to do. You're allowing yourself to overthink and then go, oh, well, this person may not like it if I do that, or that person may not like it if I do this. And instead, you need to ask yourself, what would I like to be doing? And then you need to do those things. Bare feet in the sand. So taking your time to get in touch with nature, to get grounded, is going to be very important for you. Feeling like you have everything you need within yourself and the universe will provide the rest. That you don't need any of the circumstances, people, situations, whatever job it is, that you don't need those things in order to feel whole and complete, or in order to really feel accomplished. You don't need to make everyone else happy. It's about what makes you happy and what makes you happy. So you may even be thinking about taking a trip to the beach as well, and really getting away from the chaos, the drama, the crap going on around you and in your life, so that you can really get grounded and really in touch with what it is that you want. Instead of allowing yourself to be swayed by other people's thoughts, opinions, beliefs of what you should be doing, where you should be going, or what you should be working on, it's time to really decide what are you wanting to do and to take action to do those things. Golden egg and the buffalo, there may be a very, very good opportunity in front of you, something that is not something that comes along every day. And because you're overthinking, you're feeling very out of whack. You're feeling very scared, very nervous, very paranoid. You're feeling like the sky is falling and there's nothing you can do about it. But you are very strong. And if you ground yourself and you find that inner strength, you will be able to see where the opportunities lie and what you truly want from this life. Don't know how, or don't care how, I want it now. So Veruca is coming to mind from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. You could be in that energy of I want things my way or the highway, and I'm not going to give in an inch. I'm not going to compromise an inch. You could even be dealing with somebody this way as well. But you might be in this energy. Maybe you just recently came out of the people pleasing energy and all that kind of stuff, and now you are in this energy of overthinking and worrying about things, feeling like everybody's attacking you or trying to bring you down or trying to keep you from going after what it is that you want. And you might actually be in that energy of no compromise and just wanting things your way, my way or the highway kind of energy. You might be being very combative or defensive because of the past that happened, and it's time now to let go of that. It's time to release. It's time to forgive. It's time to allow things to fall away, to take the high road, to really learn how to set your boundaries in a free way, in a way that is very good for yourself and for others. You may have not had any boundaries for a long time, and now you've been setting your boundaries, but your boundaries have been coming off in the exact opposite extreme, where there was none before. Now there's a boundary every time you turn around, and you're fighting over every single thing or situation or whatever's going on. You are definitely in a very defensive energy. Four of Wands and the Devil. Holding on, obsessively overthinking, maybe even dealing with addictions like I said before, maybe even not letting go of a situation that was very toxic, trying to defend a situation that was very toxic, trying to hold on to something despite how much it's destroying you and the other person. Very chained to the past, stuck and stagnant. because you're stuck in your old ways of being. You're stuck in it's my way or the highway. You're stuck in this defensive energy. You're stuck in this combative energy. You're stuck in this energy of enjoying life too much for some of you. And I feel like that's a very, very, very small amount of you. The rest of you, you're stuck in this energy of not enjoying life at all because you are afraid that you will fall victim to temptation, or because you are worried about what other people will think or what other people will say. You could definitely be thinking about going into a realm for your career that is very taboo, and you need to let go of anyone else's thoughts, opinions, beliefs, or values on the matter, because that is not what matters. What matters is how you feel about it, and how you feel about it should not be such a negative thing, because that is hurting yourself in the long run. It's time to really celebrate life again. It's time to get your thoughts straight. It's time to get your mind straight. It's time to feel like you are very stable and strong in your thoughts, and that you can really assess situations and deal with them as they come in a very good manner. You really can if you put your mind to it. Your mind is a powerful thing, and it can create nasty drama, chaos, bullshit, horrible scenarios, or it can create good things. Which way are you going to allow your mind to go? Are you going to allow it to lead you down the rabbit hole, or are you going to allow it to lead you to paradise? That's what you need to ask yourself. So that is what I have for this pile, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I would absolutely love to hear what you guys had to say about it, whether or not it resonated, what you might be going through, and I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys. Pile 3. So for you guys, what is a look in the mirror, and what is your shadow side? What shadow side aspects of yourself are you dealing with right now? You may be dealing with being a little bit judgy, a little bit pushy. You might even be judging the old religion or spirituality that you came from because of the actions of a few. You might be blaming the entire institution for some of you. You might be leaning a little too much into fanciful or magical thinking, instead of putting in the hard work and effort towards a situation as well. You might be a very colorful person, but you may have kept this colorful energy, this bright vibrancy locked up in some sort of way over the years. You may have tried to keep it boxed up and stay within the lines, even though you were this colorful, vibrant person that really stands out and doesn't necessarily fit in everywhere you go. And now you might be having issues with all of that energy bleeding into each other, because you're letting it out now, and you might be having some issues with that kind of bleeding into each other and really not making sense. You might be having issues making sense, getting your point across. You may be thinking from a place of rose-colored glasses for some of you. Somebody could be dealing with throwing up or stomach issues. You may want to look into your solar plexus chakra. You may be having a hard time finding hope, finding joy. You may be in a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, despair, feeling like there's no reason to live, feeling like there's... some of you could even be feeling like there's no higher power, or like everything that you loved and cherished just fell apart, and all of it's just bleeding out. And some of you could be really dealing with this energy of looking at the entire world with the eyes of love, and maybe needing to face reality a bit too for some of you. So we have Sagittarius, optimistic, Cancer, Libra. You could be feeling targeted. Some of you may even be targeting others in some sort of way. Cancer, Capricorn. So you guys could be feeling like, you guys may be dealing with some addictive tendencies or issues. Overeating, not eating at all. Drugs, alcohol, work, people. A lot of you could be dealing with addictive tendency towards people, codependency with wanting people around you, maybe even keeping people that are not good for you around you because you don't want to be alone. For some of you, that could definitely be it. You may be feeling very bitter, resentful, moody, upset. You could definitely be dealing with a lot of emotional upheaval right now. You could definitely be feeling like you're lashing out at everybody around you, trying to protect your heart as well. You might be having a hard time deciding what is right and what is not. Maybe trying to see whether or not the scales are balanced, and you're having a hard time understanding whether or not they're balanced because you might be looking at people around you with rose-colored glasses, giving them the benefit of the doubt. You might be doing a lot more for people around you than what they're doing for you, which could be causing this bitter resentfulness, this moodiness, this depression, this anger for some of you. There might be a lot of anger that you are that you're stuffing down, that you're burying, that you're not expressing. You need to work on expressing your anger. You need to work on expressing yourself and your throat chakra. Stomach issues can also be caused a lot of times by not expressing yourself fully, by burying a lot of emotions, especially anger. That can actually affect your heart as well. You may be having a hard time looking at life with optimism, looking at the glass as half full. You know what? It's not even the glass is half full. Hey, I got a fucking glass. I could fill it up with whatever I want. Some people don't even got a glass. Come on now. You might be having some issues with your sexuality as well, hypersexuality, something along those lines. For some of you, that's not going to be everybody, but for some of you, you may have a sex addiction. You may really want everyone looking at you, or really want to be popular in some sort of way. You may want all eyes on you. You may want everyone to love you, and you're never going to get everyone to love you. There's always going to be people who don't like you. It doesn't matter what you do or who you are, so you might as well just be yourself. So be yourself. Don't allow yourself to tamp down and stuff a bunch of yourself into a box for other people's amusement or other people's pleasure, or to make anyone else happy. You could definitely be dealing with possibly lying as well, and not being able to control yourself when it comes to that. AI, artificial intelligence. Somebody could be pretending to be smarter than they are, or like they're a know-it-all. You may even be, for some of you, you might even be taking somebody else's intelligence and claiming it as your own. G.I. Joe. S.U. Sugar. T.M. Mute. Maggots. Tag, W, wag, wages. U-L-V, value. You might be placing your value in the wrong area. You might be feeling like your value comes from how much money you have. So you might be dealing with feeling like you aren't good enough, you aren't worthy enough, you aren't valuable enough because you don't have enough money or material assets, or vice versa. You might be actually discluding other people from your life because they don't have money in some sort of way. Music. Scrub. No Scrubs. That song's coming to mind. I don't want no scrub. The scrub is the guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. And you know what? Yes, there are shitty ass people who have no money, but there are shitty ass people who have a shit ton of money too. So money is not what makes a person. F, fuse, valve. L, full, Sully, Mull. O, now Monsters Inc. is coming to mind with Sully. E, woe, goes. Z, X, zoo, ox, exam, V, P, Vice President, P, W. Some of you could be getting very overly into the political things that are going on to the point that it is causing you to have issues in your own life because you're so stuck on that. Flex, no flex zone, no flex zone. They know better, they know better. That song's coming to mind. Wow, no flex zone is what it's called. Own, G, gone, wrong, P, one, W, W, Z. Some of you could own a website. Some of you could run a blog. Social justice warriors coming to mind as well. You could be getting a little bit overly upset, angry, defensive about the things that you believe in and what's going on with them. So you may want to make sure that you really educate yourself on the things that you are discussing, that you really take the time to delve into those things and to understand them completely, so that when people come to you with a question, you're not feeling like you have to lash out in defensiveness. You actually have an answer for them. Self, selfie, sulfur, soul, pawn. You may feel like you're a pawn in some sort of game. Soul family. Wrong. You could feel wrong in some sort of way or dirty for something. My. Gas. Gaze. Pang. You may be feeling pangs of guilt. Yeah, guilty. Guilty pleasures. Meal. Maybe even feeling guilty for needing certain things to live for some of you. Live, live. Pole. Stripper pole. Some of you may be feeling guilty for the things that you are doing to survive or to live, and some of you may be doing things that go against your own morals or values. Just know that you don't have to do that. You may be hurting yourself in some sort of way to get back at others too, for some of you. Malt. Salt. Assault. Protect your energies, cleanse your energies. One. Wong. Pong. Zigzag. Some of you could be sleeping on your potential because you might be thinking that you have to do certain things to survive instead of thriving. Playfulness turns the tide. Having some time for playfulness is really going to help you. Arguing, there may be a lot of arguing going on in your life, and a lot of this could be because of your need to protect your heart, or because of your defensiveness, or because you're feeling like, or you're just very depressed and upset and feeling alone and out in the cold. I'm awake now. So somebody may have been sleeping in the past. I was going to say sleeping a minute ago too. I don't know if I actually did. Somebody may have been sleeping in the past. You may have been sleeping in the past, and now you're awake. Nature. Awake to what your nature is. Awake to what other people's nature is. Opening up. Allowing things to happen naturally. Not feeling like you need to control things. Just being in this flirty, fun energy is really going to be very beneficial for you. Myopic. Scorpion. Elk. So there could have been some harsh things that you had said or other people have. There could have been a lot of poison that poisoned the water. There could have definitely been a lot of nasty negative things going on. And a lot of this could definitely have been out of defense of yourself, feeling like you needed to defend yourself, needed to defend your morals or your values, or you needed to defend what was right, not only for yourself, but for others around you. You may have even hurt people in this lashing out. or vice versa, this could have happened to you as well. There is somebody who is very stable, strong, trustworthy, solid in your life that you may not be seeing because of the past hurt and pain, because of the trust issues caused by others. Somebody may even want to have a reconciliation. You may be wanting to have a reconciliation of some sort. Yeah. So, what you are manifesting right now is being lost alone, out in the cold, feeling very down, unworthy, unvaluable, insecure, feeling like you aren't good enough. Somebody may have juggled you with somebody else. Somebody may have made you feel like you were the bottom of the barrel and they didn't want anything to do with you, or vice versa. You could have made somebody else feel like they were the bottom of the barrel, like you didn't want anything to do with them, and now they're facing their own issues, and this is not necessarily about you. This is their own issues that they needed to be able to face to heal these triggers that they had, or vice versa. You needed to be able to face these things to be able to heal the triggers that you had. There's this energy of being able to learn from the experiences you have gone through, being able to handle the things coming your way, being able to really balance out your masculine and your feminine energy, being able to find balance in who you are and what you are, being able to dive into your roots, into your past, to understand what makes you feel this way about yourself, what makes you feel like you are lacking in some sort of way, like you can't have what you want, like you aren't good enough, like you don't matter. What are the things in your past that are causing you to feel this way? It's time to heal those things. It's time to love yourself and to pour that self-love onto you to where it encompasses you. And like I said before, energy protection rituals may be a very good thing for you. Baths are very good for that. Showers are very good for that. That's part of the reason that card made me think of that and remember that again. You are needing to really cleanse your energy, pull yourself out of the shadows, allow yourself to see good things again. Allow yourself to dream big again. Allow yourself to see beauty in your future again. Allow yourself to see beauty within yourself and beauty within the people around you that you may have been seeing in a very dark energy for a while, yourself and others around you. You could have been seeing only the shadow sides instead of the good aspects too. Everyone has both a shadow side and a light side, and every single person has both a shadow side and a light side. It's a good thing to see those things because then you know what those shadow sides are. It's all in whether or not our demons play well together. You are really somebody who can manifest the life that you desire. You manifest very well and you manifest very efficiently, very quickly. So if you're in this dark energy, you're manifesting that dark energy. You have all the skills, tools, knowledge, passion, drive, emotions, everything that you need combined to be able to create and to be able to really manifest the world around you. And what are you bringing to life around you? Because if you're mired in this darkness, you're bringing that darkness to life. If you're mired in this beauty, this love, this light, then you are bringing this beauty, this love, and this light to life. So really, you're needing to find balance within your mind, your heart, your soul. You're needing to accept both your masculine and your feminine energy, and both the masculine and feminine energy of the people around you as well. And you're needing to really blend these two things together. You're needing to accept your shadow. You're needing to look into the mirror to see your shadow. And you are needing to understand why you are behaving the way that you're behaving. And also, you may actually even be mirroring with somebody else as well. You could definitely be mirroring with somebody else as well, because we have this mirroring energy over here. We have this mirroring energy over here. We have this mirroring energy over here. You could definitely be mirroring with somebody else as well, and your healing is going to bring healing to the people around you. So it's time for you to take your power back, and it is time for you to decide, I'm not going to live in this darkness anymore. I'm not going to live in this shadow anymore. I'm not going to live in this victimhood mentality, this martyrhood syndrome. I'm not going to live in this depression, this negativity. This whole world is going to hell in a handbag energy. I'm going to live in this, wow, there are a lot of good things in this world. There's a lot of good people in this world. There is a lot of people that are willing to help me if I would allow them to help me, if I would ask for the help. And I give my help to others as well, but I don't give my help to others so much so that it drains everything in me and takes all of mine away. And then I don't expect anything back from other people. That's where that victimhood or martyrhood energy comes from. Yeah, you're really needing to Look at the past with new eyes. Understand what happened and why. Understand why people might have said hurtful things. Understand why those hurtful things might have caused you to feel this way, because those hurtful things other people said to you that hurt you and made you feel less about yourself, those were triggers that you had. And that wasn't about them. That was about you. And vice versa. If you said some things that hurt people and it caused them to have to face these triggers, that was about them and not you. And it is okay to express your truth and to express yourself. First off, it's very healthy for you, but also it's going to bring a lot more success for yourself and for others than it would be to cover up and hide all the things that you find to be true or real. So that is what I have for this pile, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I would absolutely love to hear what you guys thought about it in the comments below, whether or not it resonates with you, what you might be going through, and I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys.